Hey everyone, this is Jorge, and today in this video I want to basically give you an idea of what my diet is like. I actually made another video where I talk more about these foods, but this video I want to talk more about what my diet is like and the reasons behind eating some of these foods. And so I want to start out with probiotics. Now, the reason why I like to start with probiotics is because out of everything that I've ever talked about, everything that I've ever shared with anyone else who's dealing with hypothyroidism like I am, probiotics has been possibly the best thing that anyone out there has taken that's helping them feel better, right? I think for me personally, when I started taking probiotics and learn more about probiotics, that's what made the biggest impact in my health. And it's actually what got me into eating this way and kind of where everything started. That's kind of how my journey started. Just to give you a little background, I was actually I'm a home brewer, and I used to while I brew beer at home, and so I've been learning a lot about fermentation and things like that, where fermentation involves yeast, bacteria, and things like that. And so something like kombucha, for example, you may hear the term SCOBY. That's the mushroom kind of the looking thing that's sitting on top of this tea. This is just fermented tea. It's basically any tea. You can make it any flavor you want and add sugar, as long as this liquid has the minerals that it needs and the sugar that the yeast and bacteria need, it'll ferment. And so SCOBY actually stands for a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, right? And it's just fermentation. It's no different than fermentation that happens when you make things like sauerkraut or dill pickles, right? Again, dill pickles, the reason why these ferment is because the bacteria and the pickles will basically eat any sugar that's in here, as long as it has the minerals in it, right? So my plan when I started to eat was to basically eat live foods that had probiotics in them: sauerkraut, kombucha, dill pickles, cultured butter, things like that. This is blue-green algae, and it's actually a live food. I throw it comes in a powder form. Throw it in water, and again, this thing grows as long as the water has the minerals. And so I keep saying minerals because minerals is kind of like the missing nutrition in most of our food today. So next to probiotics, if you add minerals to your diet, this is ionic magnesium, has a lot of trace minerals. This is what's called Sole salt, which is basically the raw crystals that you see in the water here. It's actually pink Himalayan salt. And the pink Himalayan salt, when you soak it in water and you leave it for at least 24 hours, the minerals and the salt basically dissolves into the water. Now it's concentrated at about 25–26%. And now you have mineralized water, right? Super salty, but you add 3–4 drops to, if you're just drinking a glass of water instead of drinking a glass of water out of a tap, or even like we have reverse osmosis, which is kind of distilled water, has no minerals. You add a few drops of either this, maybe both. Squeeze a lime or a lemon. Organic, again, organic because organic tends to have more minerals. And I'll make another video about organic foods, because even though I choose organic over conventional, just because something says organic doesn't mean that it's good. But it's usually better than conventional. So probiotics, minerals, the number 2 foods that I've added to my diet. Next to that, oils and healthy fats. I call them just healthy fats. And fat, again, you want to think of fat not so much as like body fat or something like that kind of fat, but fat, it should be actually referred to as fatty acids. Coconut oil, for example, has fats, but really what we are looking for in coconut oil is the fat like lauric acid, right? It's a fatty acid that's really good for you. Same thing with like hemp oil. You have your omega-3s and stuff like that. Now, the reason why these are important is because these fats that you find in things like coconut oil, hemp oil, avocado oil, the fats that you find in eggs, but not the store-bought eggs. I'm talking about the real eggs. When you buy them from You know, if you raise your own chickens or you buy them from someone else that raises their own chickens, and you'll see the eggs are actually different colors, like white, you know, kind of brown and green color. The yolk actually looks different, right? When you get those kind of eggs, you know, the fat in those eggs is actually different because it actually has nutrients as opposed to the eggs that you're buying at the store. You know, same thing with butter from grass-fed cows and things like that. The reason why those fats are important is because those healthy fats are what our body uses to produce hormones and things like vitamin D. You know, like if you read a label here, like hemp oil has omega-3, right? Fish oil. If you get like some sort of fish oil, you'll see that you're basically taking in omega-3, omega-6. Those are fatty acids, fats. That's what your body's using to make vitamin D and other hormones. Now, if you want to actually find out for yourself, and not by reading, because everyone's going to point to like different research papers, like, oh, where's the research behind this and that. Look, if you try to do any of that, it's going to really confuse you. It's easier to do things like this, all right? Oils, look for oils. It's got omega-3 and things like that. If you look at fish oil, for example, if you buy regular fish oil, you'll read the label. It says, you know, the nutrient basically that you're taking is omega-3, omega-6. If you buy fermented, right, fermented cod liver oil, for example, if you read the ingredients on a fermented cod liver oil, you'll notice that the actual nutrient is not omega-3 or omega-6, but rather it's vitamin D and vitamin K, right? That's because bacteria take the nutrients from some of these foods and they make the minerals or the vitamins that we need, right? It's kind of like eating carrots. When you eat carrots, you're not really eating vitamin A, you're eating beta carotene, which is the precursor to vitamin A. But the bacteria, when you eat the carrot, again, everything is not necessarily digested by your stomach, but your gut, where all your gut flora, all your gut bacteria lives, they eat the food that you put in. So if you eat something like a carrot, it has beta carotene, the bacteria will turn that into vitamin A, right? The beta carotene in the carrot turns into vitamin A. That's why it's important to take your probiotics and eat foods, you know, live foods with bacteria, because they are really the ones that are making the vitamins for us inside of us, right? And so when we start to get sick, it usually is because we don't have the right bacteria that's giving us the nutrients that we need. Vitamin D, very, very controversial topic. One thing that I want to point out is like best source of vitamin D is actually the sun. Now, obviously, there's all this controversy about being out in the sun and things like that. I used to get sunburned like no other. Now, I'm obviously darker skinned, but I remember I went out golfing. I live in Arizona, and I went golfing with a friend who is of Scottish descent, so he's really a pale white, red hair kind of person, and we were out in the sun. I actually got more sunburned than he did. And I realized that the big reason why I was burning was because my skin was toxic. So I actually do have done some skin cleansing. Although the best thing that I found for, you know, to actually be able to go out in the sun and soak up, you know, get the vitamin D directly from the source, the sun, is chlorophyll. Now, I have this chlorophyll just to show you, but most of the chlorophyll that I just get from green juices. So I juice a lot of greens, and that's basically you know, how I've been able to actually go out in the sun and not get sunburned, along with actually cleaning, you know, all the, because really what's burning is the toxins right underneath your skin, right? And that's what you want to clean out. Once you clean that out, you won't get sunburned. So those have been, that's kind of like what my diet revolved around. Seeds, again, you know, with seeds have pretty much everything that you need. Chia seeds will give you pretty much every protein that you need. Omega-3, omega-6, again, we're talking about the oils, the fatty acids that your thyroid needs to, you know, produce hormones and, you know, things like vitamin D. That's where I'm getting the nutrients from. A lot of people, when they talk about foods to eat, they're always so focused on the thyroid, but they forget that, you know, the thyroid doesn't work by itself. It's part of a whole system, right? And so you have to clean the entire system and feed the entire system. So yeah, you can take supplements like iodine. But you know, with iodine, again, there's a lot of controversy, which is the reason why I don't bring it up so much. But I will bring this up. If you do look for iodine, if you're going to ingest something to you know, get iodine, I would recommend you stick strictly to seaweeds, right? Brown seaweed extract, probably one of the best foods that you will ever eat. But the best way that I found to get iodine is to actually, it's transdermal, so you can find a legal solution and you actually put drops on your wrist and you rub it in. That way your body only absorbs what it needs and you can avoid any kind of overdosing and things like that. So that's why I'm very careful to talk about eating supplements and things like that, just because, you know, obviously this is going out in public and I want to share as much as I know, but there's, you know, you have to be careful about, you know, some people are just not as knowledgeable as others, and, you know, I can't just, you know, give out information and expect, you know, hope that people know what they're doing. But I think I've given you a good overview of, you know, what a diet should look like, and, you know, at least this is what my diet looks like. I don't eat out as often anymore. I can if I want to. Like, I used to feel really bad whenever I ate, you know, regular foods, if I went out to a restaurant or something like that. Most of the foods that you get out in restaurants, they just don't have nutrients, all right? They're I don't even know what to call that kind of food. This has nutrients. I don't need to be eating a whole lot because my body gets the nutrients that it needs. The minerals, the probiotics, the fats, the amino acids, the proteins, everything. This is, you know, a diet. And so I want to talk more about this, and I have my newsletter. So, you know, if you found this helpful, if you've never heard of these foods, trust me, I didn't either, because I used to eat things like pizzas, burgers, you know, pub foods. I mean, I was a home brewer, so all the pub foods all the food that you find at breweries, you know, which, yeah, I do miss some of it, but honestly, like, ever since I started eating these kinds of foods, I feel way better. And so I hope to, you know, I hope that, you know, by sharing this, you're able to change your idea of what it means to eat healthy, right? I used to think that eating healthy was just adding more vegetables to your diet. Not really. Live foods, probiotics, minerals, that makes the biggest difference. This protein here, again, read the label, has probiotics and things like that. That's really what, you know, what I made sure that I'm including in my diet. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, you know, make sure you like this video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your diet is like. Maybe I can point out, you know, what are some of the things that you know, that you're doing wrong or that you can't change. Maybe I can get to learn something that I haven't, you know, that I don't know. And other than that, if you found this helpful, then, you know, make sure you share this with your friends. So I'll see you in the next video.